Welcome to the Xantrex PowerHub 1800 installation video. Before getting started, Xantrex recommends reading both the user guide and installation guide thoroughly so that you can prepare for a safe and effective installation. The first step before beginning any installation is to turn off the utility power to your house or cabin at the breaker box. The PowerHub will arrive at your house fitted with a flexible AC cord for easy connectivity to a generator, but for a hardwired installation, the cover to the inverter charger must be removed. The flexible AC cord and plate must also be removed from the unit. The plate containing the flexible AC cord is replaced with a hardwire plate containing knockouts for hardwire input and output openings. Use the handle of a screwdriver to pop out the access point for these and the knockout for the DC input cables from solar and wind inputs. The electrical code requires that DC input cables from solar and wind inputs must be housed in conduit as they run into your house from the outside, where they originate at the solar panels or wind turbines, which are usually mounted on the roof or surrounding area. Once this is completed, the basic system is ready and able to be wired for hardwire installation to wind, solar, and utility energy. We begin with the wiring for DC inputs from a wind turbine. These originate from the wind turbine, then go to a charge controller, and then are directed from the charge controller into the inverter charger module, where the black wire and red wire are connected to the appropriate terminals and tightened down with a ratchet set. Next, the wiring for DC inputs coming from a solar array can be connected. Here too, the wires come down from the rooftop, through a charge controller, and into the inverter charger, where again, the red and black wires are connected, only this time to the small ring terminals provided. Now, we must ensure that the inverter charger module is grounded to the main ground in your house or cottage by connecting a grounding wire to either the ground lug or by using a lock nut, as shown here. Now that we have hardwired the DC inputs, we can begin to hardwire the AC or utility power directly into the inverter charger module. Here we begin by loosening the AC input access point so that we can pull the conduit containing the white, black, and ground wires into the module. Once this is done, we can begin to insert the white and black wires into the provided terminal block and tighten them into place. This is then followed by attaching the grounding wire, which usually requires making a hook with the needle nose pliers in order to ensure a good contact is made. This is followed by hardwiring AC power out by placing the black and white wire into the terminal block and tightening them into place. With all of the hardwire connections complete, we can replace the top cover to the inverter charger module. Now we are ready to install the battery box, which stores energy for the system. Once the top cover has been removed, line up the holes on the sidewall of the battery box with the bonding screws that protrude from the inverter charger module. Next, prepare to install the batteries by checking the cables and removing the protective plastic cover from the red positive cable. Then, carefully lift the recommended sealed lead-acid batteries into place and lower them into the battery box one at a time. Then, using a ratchet set, begin to loosen the battery connections in preparation for connecting the batteries to each other and then to the battery box. Safety tip: do not place your tools on top of the batteries. Using the supplied cables, connect the batteries together, black terminal to black terminal, and red terminal to red terminal. Then connect the linked battery bank to the battery box ring terminal. Safety tip: Be careful to watch for reverse polarity. Red is always to red and black is always to black. Once this is complete, you can replace the battery box cover. Some of you may choose to add a second battery box, which is available as an accessory. This second battery box allows you an additional 200 amp hours of energy by connecting 2 more batteries. Remove the blanking plate to connect the battery box to the inverter charger unit. Then take the Anderson connector from the battery box and insert it into the inverter charger recess until it clicks into place. Then, using pliers, snap off the plastic plate on the battery box and close the cover neatly, hiding any of the wires. Safety tip: ensure the battery box and inverter charger unit are bonded properly. Once again, replace the battery box cover and the entire system is in place, properly connected and bonded together with both input power and output power in place. In this installation, we have included the optional second battery box, and we have chosen to hardwire an outlet elsewhere in the home. In the kitchen, we have a hardwired outlet so that we can run key applications from the power supplied by the PowerHub. Alternatively, AC power can be accessed without hardwiring through the 4 AC receptacles on the PowerHub. Having power is as easy as pushing a button. Instead of hardwiring the system, the PowerHub can also be used as a silent, powerful backup system when the flexible AC cord that we removed at the beginning of this video is kept in place and used to simply plug into a generator. Safety tip: do not install the PowerHub outdoors because it is only designed for indoor use.